Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Celebrity Natal Charts. Today we'll be looking at the chart of Shakira Isabel Mubarak Rapol. She is a Colombian singer-songwriter, dancer, record producer, choreographer, and model. Born and raised in Barranquilla, Colombia, Atlantico. She began performing in school, demonstrating Latin, Arabic, and rock and roll influences and belly dancing abilities. Shakira released her first studio album, Magia and Peligro, in the early 90s, failing to attain commercial success. However, she rose to prominence in Latin America with her major label debut, Pies Descalzos, in 1996, and her fourth album, Donde Están los Ladrones, in 1998. And in 2013, Shakira was listed in Forbes as one of the 100 most powerful women in the world. Okay, so welcome. Grab a drink. I'm going to be talking here for at least like 40 minutes about Shakira. Like I said, I've been like trying to do these like very off the cuff and without much planning. I do know a little bit about Shakira. I've never watched like a biopic or anything, but I did look up her chart yesterday. So we had a whole day to learn how to pronounce these cities and her name, and I was like, nah, it's okay. I literally was like, I guess I could look up the pronunciation and be more professional, but I was like, girl, they don't want me to pronounce this right with all these letters, right? Let's be serious. But she is born February 2nd, 1977, supposedly at 10:08 a.m. Birth time accuracy poor. Whatever. And she's born in the year of the snake, which I think at the time of me recording this, it is January 2025. So in the James Hong video that I recorded, I think back in October 2024, he was the year of the snake. And 2025, or after February, will be the year of the snake. And I was like, I don't know much about snakes and blah 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 blah. And here we are, all learning and experiencing the year of the snake. And here's another snake, another sneaky snake. And something else that I wanted to point out about Shakira's chart is that I believe her and Rihanna have a song together, maybe called "Beautiful Liar." What that might be Beyonce. But I know they have a song together, and they both have rising Aries, and that matters for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why that matters so much, but I was like, oh, she's just like Rihanna. Which I don't know what that means. But we're going to look at her chart. So, Miss Shakira, has a rising Aries in the first house. So this means that like her connection to her connection to her father's side of the family brings her a lot of self-esteem. I've been kind of receiving these like clairaudient messages as I've been recording these videos or as they've been posting on YouTube. And, I don't have any confirmation of this, but I could kind of hear like Chapel Roan going like, oh, he wants to talk about mothers, like white chicks or whatever. So I think like she gets a lot of her self-esteem from her mother or whatever. But I think for her, if I was like, oh, yo mama, she'd be like, yeah, maybe, But if I was like, so's your old man, or like, your dad sucks, she'd probably be like angry about it. I mean, most people would, but I think for her, extra. But then also like Aries rules things about like the head and the face and her hair, and I think she is like kind of well known for having like beautiful wavy hair and breasts that are small and humble, so that you do not confuse them with mountains. I just wanted to say that, and don't know how to pronounce her name. Don't know how to pronounce the city she's from. Know several of her lyrics. But also, it's very interesting because she also has Chiron in the first house. So, which says to me that she might be really good at boosting other people's self-esteem, making them feel good about themselves, maybe even like reconnecting people with their fathers, like in some, I don't know, and I got chills as I said that too. I don't know how you would like a television show where they like reunite families somehow, or I don't know why they would not be connected, but it's something like that. Like she helps people have better relationships with their dads, and but it might be something that she struggles with herself because it's Chiron. And then in her second house, she has the sign of well. So this is the thing too about the ascendant Aries that I always say is that it's sort of like being a rising Aries. You're kind of like an uber human, So it's like you have a lot of self esteem, you have a lot of money, you're really good at speaking. I'm sure she at least speaks Spanish and English to my knowledge. Really good linguist, very very authentic and genuine and emotional and nurturing, very popular, very famous. So it just kind of like amplifies whatever is those planets are positioned in your chart because the ruling house is matched up with the sign. So she has a first house in Aries, great self esteem, great or wavering relationship with her father, really good with money, actually very lucky with money as well because she has Jupiter in her second house as well. So it's like I think that maybe her career or her success or the money that she received to build her career came to her very like luckily, very auspiciously. And then she has a third house in Gemini. So third house in Gemini talks about being like a linguist and being an excellent communicator and being a singer and a dancer, as she might be. It's not like I just said that 5 seconds ago in her little bio. And this is gonna like that's the thing too. Like Aries is a very like impatient, quick sign, and I'm like breezing through this, and I'm really trying to like drag it out because I'm just gonna be like, yeah, excellent relationship with your father, really good relationship with money, excellent resources, might even have owned a farm, or lived on a farm. Family might own a farm somewhere. Uh, Great singer with a third house in Gemini, great communicator. She's got a fourth house in Cancer, and I believe like the moon in Cancer as well. So I don't know if she has kids or not, but she'd probably be an excellent mother, like very emotionally balanced. Like me and my own personal journey, a lot of my friends either have moon in Aquarius or moon in Pisces. I'm also a moon in Pisces. And moon in Aquarius, it's like Megara from Hercules. Like I will never say that I love you, but I love you so much. Like a psychotically, I'm like psychotically in love with you, but I will never tell you. And then Moon in Pisces is like I'm psychotic and I'm in love with you. So I think like a Moon in Cancer is actually like a very balanced like I will show you that I love you. I will nurture you. I will give you assistance. I'll give you time. I'll give you space. I will listen to you. I will show you that I love you. I may not necessarily have to say it all the time because Aquarius and Cancers are very withholding with strong emotions, but would make a really good mother, would make a really good life partner. Um, she's like a really good person. Which is like I don't know because like I was doing Justin Timberlake, I guess like it's a really nice thing to say, but I was doing just Justin Timberlake's chart, and I was like, oh, he's like sinister. He also kind of like a sinister, sneaky, like trickster, devilish kind of face, like hee hee hee, Anyway, so I guess she's not like that. Like she's very authentic, she's very genuine. And then in her fifth house, she's got Leo, obviously. I don't even know why I keep checking. She has fifth house of Leo, and also Saturn. And a lot of her, oh, she also has Aries in her first house too, or her first Venus in her first house, meaning that she's very attractive. Who knew? We didn't really need to look at her natal chart to see that, but yeah, Venus in her first house, she's very attractive. People, very attractive face. People are attracted to her face, beautiful hair, all that stuff. But then also to keep talking about her hair with Saturn in her fifth house of Leo, um, she that might be a struggle later on. Like if it starts to go thin or whatever, it might like if she has a bad hair day, it might make her want to like die or something because um, her Saturn is also in 13 degrees of Leo and it's also in retrograde. So it's like it's kind of it's like a huge obstacle for her. So maybe it maybe she wears a wig, maybe she wears like hair extensions. Maybe she's like, oh God, like, it's just so much to deal with. I'd rather just shave it all bald. Um, which is, self care just becomes overwhelming after a while in life. Because how old is she? She is, I think, 48. I did the math earlier. So I'd have to count on my fingers. But then anyway, and then her sixth house. So come on, class. Everybody listening, come on, class. Say it together. Her sixth house is in, that's right, Virgo, because that's what rules the sixth house. So she has a sixth house in Virgo, and I believe Pluto also. No, I'm wrong. No, so she's sixth house in Virgo. I guess Pluto's in her seventh house. And it says sixth house Pluto right here. Really need to look at a very good, like, accurate equal house system chart. But anyway, so she has a sixth house in Virgo, which means that. So how does she get over her bad hair days? Or well, also too, like as we saw in the little bio that I read, that she didn't have a lot of you know, acclaim when she first started, and then her career had to grow. So it's like, she puts out an album, Donde Está, whatever that shit was called, and then it's like, well, how does she get over that album not being popular, or a movie that she produces not being? I think she's gonna produce a movie soon. A movie that she produces not being popular is that she works. She goes to work. Like probably does a tour, probably on like hey on MySpace or Facebook or something like that, because MySpace used to be a thing. So how does she overcome her obstacles? She works. She works hard. Um, and then her seventh house of I swear to God. So I guess it would tell me right here. North Node. Yeah, okay, so seventh house, Pluto in Libra, retrograde. My bad, everybody. Sorry, I don't know everybody's chart by memory yet. But yeah, so she has a seventh house in Libra, but also Pluto in the seventh house, and it's like retrograde. And then she has a North Node in Libra, also retrograde. So as she is an excellent partner, I see that partnerships are probably really bad for her. Like, I mean, she is a solo artist. I think she used to have a band or something at some point. But she is a solo artist, so it's like kind of like being in a team or being in a duo isn't the best thing for her. I liked all the songs. I think I liked all the songs that she did with Beyonce and Rihanna. So I don't know, but then also like you have to worry about people, especially like hip hop artists, because they're all involved with like the Illuminati. And if you're a person who's like, oh, the Illuminati's not real, well, narcissistic love bombing sycophants are real. And if there isn't some type of like celebrity death cult or murder cult, so let's say I make up something called like the Illuminati, and it's like a rumor and it's not real, and it's like, oh, I go around at every award show at the Oscars and Golden Globes wiping boogers on everybody. Here, Jay-Z, wipe a booger on you, wipe a booger on you, wipe a. And they're like, oh, this guy, this astrologer guy, Micah, he's like going around wiping boogers on everyone. Like, oh, that's gross. Like, ew, like, why is he doing that? And then it comes out later, it's not real, he's not doing it, he's not wiping boogers on anybody, but then somebody hears about it. They're like, oh, that's kind of funny. I like that. I'm going to do that. And then it becomes real, right? So if the Illuminati is not real, and there isn't this like psychic cabal of high-powered people eliminating people with poison and all different types of stuff, eventually, because of the myth and the lore of it, it becomes real, right? Like, I'm pretty sure Mickey Mouse, like someone was going around like, oh, I got this, Friz Freeling or Leon Schlesinger or something. I got this really good idea for a cartoon. Bosco didn't work, and the Fox one, whatever, didn't work. It's called Mickey Mouse. He's going to be a mouse like Bosco, and it's going to be Mickey Mouse. Oh, that'll never work. Don't waste your time with that. That's not real. It's not happening. And then what? A couple years later, there's a Mickey Mouse cartoon, and it's real. So this says to me that maybe the reason why she doesn't do a lot of collaborations or whatever, because maybe she's aware of that, or that's something that she's like weary of. It could be paranoia. It could be very justified. Um, but also because I also believe that relationships change her. So I think that they have a very like, she's very easily influenced by her sexual partners. So if she's like dating some Brazilian guy, she'll like try to learn Portuguese. She'll try to learn how to cook like Brazilian food. If she's, dating some South African guy, she's gonna try to learn how to speak Afrikaans, and like she absorbs like their energy very easily. And it also changes the trajectory of her destiny as well, with her north node there too. So with her north node there too, relationships are like very spiritual and like should not be taken lightly in her life. Okay, so that's the seventh house. So come on, class. Come on, everybody. Let's say it together. So she has a seventh house in Libra, meaning that her eighth house is in what sign, everyone? That's right, in Scorpio. This is for me. I'm both the teacher and the student because life has a lesson. I'm like, what house is next? So she has her eighth house in Scorpio, also with the planet of Uranus. So she's like a pretty psychic, intuitive, involved with spirituality. She might be like I guess she's from Colombia, so she might have like grown up Catholic or something, opposed to like, some like non-mystical version of Christianity. And it has made her life boundless. So um, without her spiritual, I mean, like dancing and singing is very spiritual. She has a really, I think she's like half Lebanese or something, and that's why she does belly dance. So because of that, maybe because of being born in between different cultures, she has this like global sex appeal. I keep talking about Scorpio representing like sex, death, and taxes, life and rebirth, whatever reincarnation. But Scorpio is also a sexy sign. It is the genital, its glyph is genitals. So we're all adults here, kids, Astro kids. We're all adults here. So because of her faith, because of her spiritual knowledge, because of her knowledge of occult magic, it has now made her life boundless, and she can do whatever she wants, which I think is going to be producing movies. And then in her ninth house of Sagittarius, because, you know, rising Aries, she has the planet of Neptune. So she might like lie about her education, or there's a lot of illusions around her education and how much she travels. So, she might travel in secret because she's a celebrity and she doesn't want paparazzi to come after her. I don't even know if paparazzi is really that much of a thing anymore in 2025, but that's the thing. And in all of the Pisces videos, I was saying that I see Neptune as like the TV antenna. So I keep saying like, oh, she's gonna do a movie. She's gonna do a movie. She might do a TV show or something for television. She might already have done movies and things in television I'm just not aware of. But then also, as technology is changing, talking about changes in technology with her 8th house in Scorpio and the planet of Uranus being there, she might do something like a streaming something on Tubi or on Netflix. One of her tours. She might put it on Netflix or whatever. Something that can be because like Virgo is the sign of serialization, like something you do every day. It's your day job. It's you going to work. It's watering your plants. And Pisces, which is ruled by Neptune, um, it's like your daily prayers. Like, so Virgo is the meal that you eat. It's like the dinner that you eat at night. And Pisces is the prayer that you say before you eat that meal. So it's like it is also about like serialization and a daily process. So she might even start a like live streaming television show just about her life every day or something. Of her washing her hair. Sagittarius. But also it says that there's a lot of illusions around her victories, or she's very like disillusioned by victories. So, she might be measuring her fame or measuring her success by the awards that she's won. But it's also like how do you tally and calculate like who's the best singer, right? Is it the amount of octaves you can hit? Is it about the records that you've sold? Because I'll tell you right now, like what is it? Like Michael Jackson is like one like a multi-platinum, this and that. But how much of that is press? And like Michael Jackson's great, Michael Jackson's great, Beyonce's great. Are their full albums great? I don't know. Like I didn't really like the Lemonade album. She's always sounding bitter about relationships, like fantasy relationships that are not real. So I don't know. Um, and then also I remember growing up with like art, like in my neighborhood, people would be like, don't listen to the blues and don't listen to R&B music because it makes you sad. And I do remember like a lot of the girls like in my school would be like all upset and like in these like in third grade and these fantasy were like, oh, he's cheating on me, he's doing this, like cheating on you with what? Playing patty cake like Roger Rabbit? Like you're a third grader. What are you talking about? You got to pay my bills, bills, bills. I don't know. So I think maybe either myself and I'm trying to like push this all onto Shakira, but maybe Shakira has some issues with like Beyonce and her, former albums and yada yada. I don't know. I don't really have an agenda, but I definitely feel like within judgments of myself, I'm trying to press some type of agenda against Beyonce, and I'm not really trying to do that right now. But anyway, so her next house, her 10th house, which is in, that's right, Capricorn. She has her midheaven, she has Mercury, and also Mars. So the Mars positioning is, I think, very important because, if you're like an astrology girly and you're trying to guess somebody's sign, and somebody's like, oh, what's your sign? And you're like, oh, you seem like a Capricorn to me. And they're like, oh, haha, I'm a Leo. And then it's like they have Mars in Capricorn. It's like, okay, well, you act like a Capricorn. And if you have an ascendant in Aries, it's like, okay, well, you look like an Aries. You might be an Aquarius, because she doesn't really look like an Aquarius. Like, to me, like tail Aquarius signs is like big old forehead. So back to Rihanna, who is 0 degrees Pisces, and I maybe because of the 5 songs by her that I like, I'm like, yes, Pisces Queen, 0 degrees Pisces, Pisces Queen. She's not an Aquarius at all, Pisces Queen. Um, so she Rihanna very close to a Pisces or very close to an Aquarius, got a big old forehead, rising Aries, big old forehead, right? Shakira, forehead not as big. You know whose chart I would be really interested to look at is Teresa Giudice from Real Housewives of New Jersey, because her forehead almost non-existent. But so foreheads aside, uh, and I say all that to say that Miss Shakira probably acts like a Capricorn. She probably talks like a Capricorn, and it's almost it's like it's part of her destiny, and she's really lucky with money. So she might have like a thick accent or something like that. Like you might, because she's a singer or because she's beautiful or because she's a woman, people might think like she's not good in the boardroom or good at negotiations or good at talking about money. But baby, all she'd be talking about is the money. Where's the money? Like, what is it? It makes me think of like, I think it's Aretha Franklin, where she was like, I get paid up front, you pay me first, and then she like brings her pocketbook on stage. So she might be channeling that sort of energy, where she's like, it's all about the business. This is all about the money. Like, because I guess like when you're younger, you're fortifying your abilities. You're like, I want to be the best singer. I want to be the best dancer. I want to be the most unique. I want to have a good sense of fashion. And then later in life, as Capricorn represents the later cycles of your life, she's like, it's all about the what is it? It's all about the Benjamins, baby. She might even say stuff like, it's hard out here for a pimp. It's all about the Benjamins. She might want to become a rapper at some point. Like, she might want to produce a rap album because it's like, why not? And she might already have rap songs on her albums because I'm not a Shakira super fan and I don't know. Okay, so that's her 10th house and 11th house where she also has her sun. Because this, like, I think this, looking at this rising Aries natal chart is very educational because then you get to see, what house rules what sign because they line up perfectly. But so she has an 11th house in Aquarius, and her sun is also in Aquarius. So she probably really likes making friends with other Aquariuses, particularly because they're humanitarians and they're philanthropic and they're helpful, and she doesn't have to worry about them trying to like indoctrinate her into the Illuminati and kill her. Um, and I think she also has a proclivity for people that look like her. So um, with her friends, she probably is looking for like doppelgangers. She might even have like celebrity like drag queen friends, celebrity impersonator friends that she hangs out with. I know I would. like like if I went to a nightclub and there's like 10 people dressed like me and sounded like me, I'd be like, let's go out and have drinks. Like let's go to McDonald's after this. Taco truck on me, man. Like I love this. Where I was, and the crazy thing is that I was thinking before I started recording about how I was like, I'm not a Shakira super fan, but I was like, I feel like I should know a lot more about her than I do. And I was like, I probably only listened to like two or three Britney Spears songs, but I at least know that she's a fire sign. But then also there's this like known thing in the drag community that like Britney Spears doesn't really like drag queens, or that she's like confused by them. And I think the point that she makes is very valid because she's like, you guys are so talented and so beautiful with your makeup and your costumes, and they do things that like she can't do. Like they're calling her crazy for looking like a stressed out mother of two and dancing in her big beautiful living room. Be like, oh, Britney Spears has lost her mind. Her makeup's not done. She's not contoured. And it's like, no, she's taking her life easily. So I say this to say that I feel like Shakira probably is very appreciative of people who pay homage to her and drag queens and things like that. And I just wanted to brag about my knowledge about Britney Spears. And I don't know, I like Britney. I don't know. Like, something could come out later where I don't like her, but I really like her. And I guess I hate, and I also discovering in the Celebrity Natal Chart series that I hate Justin Timberlake, apparently. Didn't know that I didn't like him, but figured that out. And then we're talking about Shakira now. And then so that's the thing about the sun sign. At your soul and at your core, you're an Aquarius, right? So she might act like a Capricorn with her Mars in the 10th house. She might sound like a Capricorn, like, where's the money? But, she's got some suit by the collar, jacking him up, being like, where's the money from the album? Because she wants that money to give to like an orphanage somewhere, or to save the whales. Which, are the whales even in trouble? I don't know. But in this series, in the Celebrity Natal Chart series, all Aquariuses are trying to save the whales. And then her 12th house, anybody? Bueller? Bueller? Okay. Her 12th house is in Pisces, because that's what rules the 12th house is Pisces. So it says that she keeps, as a lot of people do, she keeps a lot of her fumbles and foibles and mistakes a secret. She's like actually very ashamed of. So that's the thing too. Like, I'm doing this video and I'm making mistakes and I'm saying things wrong and I'm mispronouncing things, and I'm like, don't care, doesn't matter, let's move on. With her, especially as a rising Aries, like being very like type A, she's like, bury it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I made a typo, bury it. Like, just completely bury it. I mispronounced this word, delete the video, restart it, let's shoot it again. I didn't mean to do that. So she's a kind of a perfectionist, which is fine. People can be perfectionist. And I'm sort of mad that I missed out on the fact that she has Venus in her first house as well. Uh, so she attracts people from being very Aries like, meaning that her flirtation style is probably like anger. So if she met you in a bar And if she threw her drink at you, it's because she's trying to tell. She might, like, what is it? There's this band called the Black Kids, and it's like I headbutted you to let you know that you were cute. So she might like be a little bit animalistic or, a little unevolved when it comes to flirting. Um, which, I guess, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay, so that's Shakira. Shakira, that's her natal chart, and she's 48. I did the math. It doesn't matter, but I like to I let everyone know that I know math now. And because in one of the videos I was like, I don't know how old this person is. I'm like, I want to just like fucking look it up. And then in the James Hong video, we were talking about him being born in the year of the snake, and it is currently the year of the snake, and Shakira is also the year of the snake, and that's Chinese astrology. You're welcome. So the year of the snake is of partial significance to people born in 1929, 1941, 2001, 2013, 1977, as Shakira was. Snakes are the emblem of cunning and evil. They are revered owing to their supernatural power. The snake is born under the sign of wisdom. So when I first, like, because I do everything intuitively, right? Yes, I've read astrology books. I've read Suzanne White New Astrology, that has the comparatives, the combinations of all the Western and Eastern signs. I've read Chinese food menus before in the past, but I always go off of how the elements and how the animals and the symbols make me feel because I'm a Pisces. So I'm like, oh, snake, sneaky, don't like it. Uh, like I know they're not actually slimy, but like they slither around. How do they move? They don't have legs. I don't like it. Um, so to me, Snake, as I know that in the Jade Emperor's calendar, did not win the race. So to me, Snake sort of seems like a wise, cunning, yet a loser in some senses, or some people would say, and I don't mean to be like she's a loser, but like, when I think of like Shakira in juxtaposition to other artists, she sort of seems um, like not as culturally significant in America or to the globe or to the world, and that might change at some point. But it's just like it's not first place is what I think when I think of Snake, and not to say that it's last place or not worthy of being on the platform or whatever that bandstand platform, whatever, like in the Olympics or whatever. But like if I feel like if she were to do something, if they made belly dancing an Olympic sport, they probably wouldn't even give her the bronze because it's like she's too great or whatever. Like she wouldn't win the gold, which I think would suck because they'd probably be belly dancing to one of her songs or something. But that's what I think of when I think of Snake. So that's Shakira. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing and for listening to me curse and call people losers. And I appreciate you. And oh yeah, like comment, share this video with your favorite Aquarius, rising Aries, your favorite person born in the year of the snake, so that you can secretly call them take 40 minutes to secretly call them a loser. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.